up, everybody? What up, everybody? Let's talk about it. It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. Everybody, it's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Live, Work, Pose. Season 3. The series finale, part 1 and part 2. All right, y'all, we made it to the series finale of Pose. I thought that these couple of episodes were good episodes. I don't have too many complaints about it. It did get a little, sapsuckery for me. It was a little, you know what I'm saying, extra. But I thought that it was good overall. They did a good job with it. They wrapped everything up. We got our final, goodbyes and stories from all the characters, the major characters on the show. We got all the speeches we could take, so I don't want to waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it. We start off the episode and we see that Blanca is still working at the hospital. And while she's at the hospital, she meets this young white guy. He's the patient and he has thrush. Okay, so she's telling him everything will be calm. We're just going to get you the antifungals and we're going to send you home. And he was like, have you heard about those other medicines? They have a cocktail of drugs. Those drugs are supposed to be great. And she's like, what do you mean? He was like, those drugs, it's like a cocktail. They give you more than one drug or whatever. And she was like, yeah, that's crazy. But, it's hard to get into the trial for these drugs. Then we see Pretel has been admitted to the hospital. So Judy comes down and tell her he didn't tell nobody. So they rush up there to go see him. And basically he has been told that he has pneumonia and that his body won't be able to fight it off. Blanca goes into one of them big ass speeches and he like, girl, hold up, girl. We don't need no damn motivational speech for you right now. I'm done. I'm finished with it. I'm ready to just go on to glory. Okay, and put on my robe and tell my story. Okay, he is tired, baby. He is through with this cruel world. He tells her that he wants to die happy. He wants to die satisfied. And, he wants to, most importantly, finish the quilt, which we never really got to see at the end of the episode, which kind of upset me a little bit. Blanca starts to pull out things out of the bag like tulle and all of this beautiful stuff they had on it. And he says he wants it to represent the balls, which they will talk about later. And then he discusses like, man, this is crazy. Like, you haven't gotten sick at all. And I've been sick, this whole year. And she's like, the virus has no rhyme or reason. Some people get really sick quickly. Some people don't get sick quickly. And she also talked about that with the younger guy as well. When we see the boy comes back and Blanca didn't even recognize him. He looking real good, honey. He tells her that he got on this cocktail of drugs through the trial they doing or whatever. And she's like, who got you in that trial? And then he names the doctor or whatever the case may be, because she's trying to get, Pretel on the trial. She tells Chris and they confront the doctor, one of the doctors that's over it. Chris has found out that out of 80 people that's on this trial, only 2 people are people of color. And we know that people of color means probably not black people, probably an Asian person and an Indian person or something like that. But not a black person or a Hispanic person. Nobody. Hispanic, Latino, nothing. Latinx, Afro-Latino, nobody. Okay, nobody. They threatened the doctor that they will go public with ACT UP, which is an organization that Judy belonged to that fought for gay rights back then. And so she says, well, I'm going to let them in the program. I'm going to let them in the program. But, it's not because y'all forcing me to. It's because I sort of agree with you. It's not fair that these people can't get in the program. So she opens one spot. But Chris is like, no, you need to open 2 spots because I want Blanca to be in the program as well. And Blanca's looking like, oh, my gosh, me? Me to be in the program? Like, I literally love Blanca. She doesn't think she deserves anything. Girl, you deserve. They have a talk about it. Blanca is feeling guilty about basically being able to get this help. She hasn't been sick. Maybe it can go to somebody else who has been sick. He's telling her, listen, the disease has no rhyme or reason, right? So today you could be feeling great, but then tomorrow you could be sick again. So we can't plan our future. We can't live our hopes and our dreams if we're uncertain about where you will be. You know what I mean? I love you. I want to be with you. I want to live a life with you. And I can't do that knowing that this disease could, get serious at any moment. So you deserve to take this too. You should take it. And so they agree. And then we see Blanca and Pretel signing their paperwork to get everything together. We hear about all the stringent requirements they had to go through this trial. And some people was getting a placebo, y'all. Some people wasn't even getting the meds. It's a trial. So, they were seeing how the meds go. You know how it goes. Some people get a placebo. Some people get the actual drug. So you don't even know what you're going to get. Okay? I was like, you gonna do all this shit and then might end up still dying because they ain't give you nothing but a sugar pill, child. Make it make sense. We fast forward a little bit. I'm not exactly sure how far we are in the future because they never really established that. But I'm assuming it's some months down the line, right? So we see Pray Tell, he looking good, baby. He is walking down the street feeling healthy. His eye looks like it's, back to normal. He runs into Ricky on the street and they kind of like, they're happy to see each other. They haven't seen each other in a while. And, they kind of just chit chat on the stoop. He says the medication is working really well. Everything's going good. He feels better. Now he want to do all of this stuff and, he can do all these things and live his life to the fullest. And Ricky is happy for him and he tells them he misses him and they say they miss each other. But I ain't no getting back together. But, they say they miss each other or whatever. And he says, you know what? I have somewhere I want to take you. So we see them go into this theater and there is the gay men's choir. And we see that, he brought a new voice. Like, this is so cute to me because I belong to a choir type of group called the Philip Hall Singers in New Orleans. The Philip Hall Singers in Texas. If you ever, hear about us, I'm definitely in that group. And so we encourage the members to bring other people who can sing, right? So he brings him to the gay man choir. And he wonders why they're turning their backs, but he says they do it for the victims. Only the survivors turn around and can face the audience. The rest of them face the back, right? Or it was the opposite way around. One of those ways. But they turn around and it's deeper than just singing a song, right? This is like Pray Tell's form of protest. He's a performer. So this is his way to get out his message and, protest and be active and work through his healing and everything he needed to do. So they're getting ready for their spring gala. So they go on ahead and start rehearsal. So then we see Pray Tell is with Blanca and they're working on their patch for the quilt, right? He says the patch should represent the joy of the ball, the hope of the ball, the viciousness of the ball, and everything that's involved with, participating in a ball. It's interesting to me how the ball is a black thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe there's somebody in the comments who can illuminate a little bit more of history. But from what I watched in Paris is Burning and whatnot, it's more of a black urban thing. And I don't want to say just black, but it could be Afro-Latino, black, you know what I mean? All of that. People who live in New York, people who live in these big major cities have these balls. And even further back beyond that, you have people who lived in on Lovecraft Country. We saw in Chicago, we saw a ball that took place in the 40s, 50s. So, I'm just going to make assumptions. You can correct me in the comments gently, okay? That this was a black thing. So I think that's cool that it'll be included in the quilt. Not only is the part of the, the gay diaspora, you know what I'm saying? But it gets deeper into this is something that's specifically from us or whatever. They both talk about how they can't believe the medicine is working. They talk about the future. It's so nice to see these characters who've been toiling and strifing, okay, for the past 3 seasons, talk about planning the future, going on a vacation. He said he might learn another language, baby. He might learn how to scuba dive, honey. And Blanca says that she can plan her future. Hopefully it'd be a wedding with Christopher, fine ass, okay? But she said she was planning her future and she hadn't been able to do that in however long. So they're excited about the fact that this is working. And they also feel a little guilty about the fact that, they're lucky enough to be going through this trial and a lot of other people are not. We see the men's choir has met at Pray Tell's house or practice or whatever the case may be. When everybody leaves, Ricky stays. Pray Tell is like, you're going to give me some company tonight. Go ahead and stay with me or whatever. So like I said, he starts talking to him about fashion, about scuba diving, about learning the language and life is great and life is good and all this kind of stuff. And Ricky gives an update on himself and he says he's tired. He tired, okay? He tired of trying. He tired of running around behind these tours. He's basically trying to give up on his dream. And Pray Tell is like, no, you was meant to be on stage. Like, this is your dream. Like, don't ever give up on your dream. Then we see Ricky open his shirt and there's a lesion on his chest. So he has this, lesion. He says it's the beginning of the end. And he starts to cry and Pray Tell hugs him. He's like, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, I got you. I'm going to help you or whatever. So they try to get Ricky into the trial as well. But, they done already threw their weight around and try to muscle these people. You know what I mean? So now they're making complaints about it's the money, it's the cost. It's, all of those different things. Because I know it can't be about his health. Because Ricky is he's a lot younger than Pray Tell. And Pray Tell in it. So it can't have nothing to do with his health or his age or whatever. whatever, but they talking about it's the cost, supposedly. So they can't get him up in there no matter how hard they tried. Then we see where Blanca and Praytel, they're really starting to feel guilty about, the fact that they are able to get into this trial and other people are not able to get in trial. So they decide they're gonna protest with ACT UP. And then we say Praytel X is out there with his megaphone, honey, and he is getting the people together, honey. He is just walking back and forth, riling the folks up. People, they fight the police, honey. They get mad. Everybody fighting and hollering. Healthcare is a right, which I do believe healthcare is a right. After all of this, Blanca and Praytel decide that they want to do what they know can help. Like they want to raise money for the HIV and AIDS Foundation or the fund, and they decide to do a ball and perform at a ball to help to raise the money. So Praytel is a little bit nervous because obviously he hasn't been in the ball in a long time, but they down for it. They're gonna get it together. Then we see them that night at the ballroom, honey. They looking good. Everybody looking great. Like I said, he was a little nervous, but he understands that he's made an impact in the ballroom. You know what I'm saying? This is where his fashions have been. They may not have been on the runways of Paris and Milan, honey, but, he's made an impact in the runway. And she talks about how Chris is there. Blanca is nervous. It's his first time at a ball. And, she's so lucky that she found him and all this stuff. And he's like, no, he lucky he found you. Okay, let's get that straight, girl. You the prize. You the prize. He talks about how he has done everything that was on his bucket list. And I was just like, wait a minute, it's only been a few months. So did you go scuba diving? Did you learn another language? Like maybe that shit wasn't on your bucket list. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too much about it. So they perform. They do the ball or whatever. And then they announce there's 2 legends to show you girls how to get it together, okay? They perform to Diana Ross. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from you. I love that song. My mama loves Diana Ross, y'all. She got 2 sisters. And honey, when I tell you, when they was kids, mama said we was the Supremes, I was Diana. And that was on period. Done. Okay? Hopefully y'all get to meet her at the end of this month. I'm going to try to convince her to get on camera with me. Hopefully. We'll see y'all. They killed. I was here for the shit. It was everything. It was raining in the place. Like they had a rain machine. Poppy was on rain. Okay. We had ripping off the clothes. Baby spinning around. Blanca did a dip. I ain't never seen Blanca do no dip in 3 years. Okay. Cause she was a mother. She wasn't finna be laying all on the ground like that. But baby honey, she did that spin. And she turned around and did that dip. I was like, yes. This is why I watch Pose. This is why I watch Pose, because I want to see the ballroom, honey. Miss Praytel was giving us everything we need, honey. Prayerful was out there doing it. Okay? With his wig, looking good, giving me legs. Period. It was everything. That was the best part of the whole damn show. They all hug and they leave, after everything is over with. Christopher had a good time and Prey is talking real cryptic. He like, Christopher, take care of Blanca. And he's like, okay, I'm going to take care of him. And then, he take the trophy and, he tells her ain't no mountain high enough. And then he take the trophy and he walked out by himself. And I was like, I'm getting sad because I feel like something is happening. So he gets home to the house and he gives us a Viola Davis moment, an Annalise Keating moment, where he takes off his lashes and his wig and the makeup. I mean, that skin, baby, is everything to me, honey. Ooh, Lord, he got some nice skin. So, baby, he took off that makeup. He was looking in that mirror. I said, God damn, that damn skin is everything. He walks and he blows out the candle. He look a little sad. He walking his robe just blowing in the wind. Bitch, I'm like, this feel real final. Like, it feel like he finna die. Child, when Ricky came to the house the next morning and knocked on that door and walked in there and said, Praytel, get up, Praytel. I already know. I said, oh my God. He done gone to glory. Did nobody tell me nothing? I mean, my feelings were hurt that this is the way they took him out, okay? I was hurt. How y'all gonna make him live and then kill him? Child, you could have killed Ricky ass. Quiet as it's kept. could have left. So Ricky finds him. He's dead. Go to the hospital when Blanca sees him at the house. When they tell her, she busts through the door and baby Blanca started screaming and crying and screaming and crying. I said, oh my God, girl, the acting. It was everything. Okay, so she gets back to the house. She tells everybody, everybody's distraught. And they trying to figure out like what happened. Was the meds not working? Was this? Was that? And then Ricky says, he was giving me pills. I thought that maybe he had extra pills or he had swiped some pills from the study because he was telling me it was okay. After I showed him the lesion, he started giving me pills and they put together like, oh my God, he was giving you his medication instead of him taking it. And this is why he's dead. He basically sacrificed his life for Ricky. And I'm not going to say it was far-fetched because they loved each other, but I just felt like we should have got a little bit more of an interaction between them. I don't know. You took a whole episode for Elektra, a whole episode for Pray Tell, and now that we back, I just didn't get love of my life type of vibes from them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, but maybe Pray Tell felt like he was older and this guy is younger and he deserved to live long. I don't know. Maybe he's just a good spirit and was like, I'm just going to take one for the team. I'm going to go out and live my life. I don't know. That's what had happened. And the episode goes off with Ricky just crying in a pile of tears and I was just upset for him, okay? So then we start episode 8. We get a visit from Pray Tell's mother. She goes over to Blanca's house and she wants to take care of all the lockets and, all of that stuff that's going on. She said it was hard to get the stuff from his aunt, the will and everything, but she wanted to do this herself. So she gives Blanca a locket. She also gives her, I'm sure, the lockets for everybody else. And she said it's only half the ashes. The other half of the ashes, you can do what you will, because she calls him his real mother. And, I know you the person that he came to when he needed in his life. You know what I'm saying? They hug each other and they're happy for this moment. It was a lot of that during this last episode. Sentimental moments, speeches. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at it because it's the last episode we'll ever see of Pose. So, I'm not going to complain about all the extraness. And it wasn't as cheesy as the past episodes have been. So I also am not going to complain for that reason because I actually enjoyed it. So I thought it was a touching moment between the two of them. And I loved how the mother said that she was ashamed of the way she had acted. Of the way she treated her son his whole life, and you only got to make amends with him right before he passed away. So I love that moment that they had between each other. So we see that Blanca goes and she carries out Pray Tell's wishes and she gives everybody the lockets that he has provided for them. Even Elektra got a locket because I told you I ain't like that little shade part. She said he was just playing. I think they just fixed that shit in a reshoot because they saw that we didn't like that and they went back and fixed. Somebody watched this review and said we didn't, April ain't like that. So I'm gonna go back and change it. That's what happened, y'all. He also had special words for everybody that was in the room. So he wrote all these special words. I didn't write it all down, y'all. But Blanca made sure to read the words that he wrote down for everybody that was there. And they said, well, he don't have no words for you. And she says, well, we never left anything that was unspoken between us. We loved each other. So, he didn't have to leave any words for me. So, although it was a sad moment, it was also a nice moment. They decide, or Blanca decides, that she wants to spread his ashes at another protest. So, they have another act of protest. This time, they're in front of some type of building. I don't know if it was somebody's house. I don't know if it was a government building. And they protesting and they got their signs and they bust through the gates, honey, and somebody brought a dead body up there. I said, child, I hope there's a pillow up in there, not nobody actual dead body they done took from the damn hospital. How you did that? You took about the casket? They laid somebody down. They laid their burdens down right there on them steps. They was pouring all the ashes from the people who have died onto wherever they was at, and she poured some of his ashes out there as well. Once again, it gets ugly with the police. I might be confusing the two, but our people didn't get involved in none of the pushing and shoving and beating up that was going on at that protest. So then we see a spring gala for the choir that, it's sad that they were rehearsing for this gala and Pray Tell did not make the gala. He did not survive. So we see that Ricky has his back turned and they're singing, one day he'll come along, the man I love, and he'll be big and strong, the man I love. And when he comes my way, I'll do my best to make him stay. he'll look at me and smile. Something, something. And when he holds my... I don't remember the rest of the words, y'all. I used to sing this all the time when I sang with a jazz band. Singing The Man I Love, beautiful arrangement by the choir. It was a beautiful song. We fast forward to 1998. I was 17 years old, honey. Primed and ready to graduate from high school. Chris and Blanca. Chris and Blanca are at the hospital. They're having lunch. Blanca doesn't work at the hospital anymore. She got rid of that absolutely horrid wig that she's been wearing the entire season. That's like a mullet, but not a mullet. It's like cut on the side, but then she had pulled back. I thought she just had it pulled back behind her. I was like, no, you can tell that they just attached that underneath her hair. And it's an absolute distraction to me. The bitch looked like Rick James. She's giving a strong Rick James. I hate that fucking wig. So in 1998, she got her a bang wig, okay? She got the bang yang wave. She got a little wham wavy bang yang. We was wearing wham wavy back in the day. Jazzy wave, you know what I'm saying? It's their 4-year anniversary and she can't celebrate with him tonight because she has something to do. And he's like, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. You can tell that they've been together for a long time. They're real comfortable. It's cute. And so he tells her that she needs to go visit Judy. Judy doesn't work in the AIDS unit anymore. Things were, changing and progressing for the better. Now she goes to go visit Judy, and guess where Judy work, honey? In labor and delivery. Why I'm about to be laid up like this? A month and a half. Ain't no 2.5, about a month and a half. She talks about how it was crazy. People was coming in. It was depressing. People was dying all the time. But now, she's in the birthing center. And there's like new life every day. So it kind of makes her happy that, she gets to see these babies being born. And wow, it's crazy. Like, look how far we've come. You know what I'm saying? That whole situation. She tells Blanca she's going to live a long life. She's going to live a happy life. Like, Judy is here to encourage you, bitch. She doing motivation speeches today. We see Blanca at her new job, and she's like an AIDS counselor type of, person who tell you basically you got the HIV, you got the house in Virginia, okay? We see her at her job, and she has a new patient that comes in, gorgeous, a transgender woman, beautiful. Says her parents don't talk to her no more, her friends don't deal with her no more. She work at the pier. Blanca know her story. She like, girl, I was there, okay? I been there before, baby. You got access to this program. They're going to give you meds. You might not even have to pay nothing for your medical care at all, depending on your income, which we know she ain't got none because she hoeing at the pier. I want you to come to this place. I think that it'll be good for you. So she invites her to a ball. We have a Sex in the City moment with Electra, Lulu, Blanca, and Angel. They all have lunch. Okay, the ladies' lunch. Looking fancy. Okay, I was like, come through, bitches. I see you. Looking cute. I'm here for it. They have a good talk at lunch, a good girlfriend talk. We get an update about Damon. Damon got a sugar daddy. Now, I felt like they really mishandled his character and his exit was kind of fumbled or whatever. But okay, he got a sugar daddy. Man got 2 dance studios, so he out there living his best life with whoever. And we see that Lulu is an actual accountant. She's dealing with taxes now. We know that Blanca is a nurse. We know that Angel is a stay-at-home mama. She loves her son Beto. Okay, and she about to get back in the modeling game. They about to put her on some shampoo bottles that, guess what? Look like us, honey, that you can find at the Beauty Supply. Look at us. Electra is the businesswoman. You know what I mean? She said she adding webcams and she about to change the game because that shit is pulling coins, honey. And she got her hair back in a nice... Everybody who is from this age and time know that all the old ladies cut their hair into that short cut. Okay, so we can see they gray and stuff because they be like, I'm too old for all that long hair. Y'all ain't never heard an old person say that? That's from people born in the 80s. Old people always be like, I'm too old for all that long hair. I don't want to be dealing with all that. So they just cut it into the little short style. I love older women. Women who are like 50 plus. Are everything to me. They just so sophisticated, like they got it going on. They are unapologetic, and Miss Electra was giving, bitch, I got my coins, okay? I got it out the mud hole, and I'm not finna be sitting up here watching TV and having nobody tell me how I can eat lunch with the girls. Okay, you got me misconstrued. Blanca invites him to the ball that she's going to be walking at. The girls are not receptive. The girls are like, listen, girl, the ballroom is sweaty, it's funky. It ain't the same way it used to be when we was down there. I ain't going up in there wasting my time. And Angel was like, listen, the baby is sick. I got to take care of the baby. Lulu like, bitch, it's tax season, girl. I ain't got nothing to do. And Electra was like, bitch, I know. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't even finna ask me, girl, because I'm not coming down there. But I knew when all of them said no, that it was sort of a misdirect. They were going to surprise Blanca for whatever was going on that night. At the ball, we see Miss Ricky, honey. Miss Ricky is the house father of their house. Blanca is the grandmother. So they have a whole new family of kids, and they're all young people. They just trying to figure it out. You know, one is late and all this and that. And Blanca gives another speech about support, love. You know what I'm saying? We're going to support each other. We're going to love each other. We're going to uplift each other. You know, we're going to do all these things. It's going to be great. If you ever get lost, honey, when I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. Okay, she said, come on. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there. Bring your ass back home. Okay, anytime you feel lost, anytime you need a friend, I will be here. I can sing about 15 songs, y'all. They do a good job for a first time reimagined House of Evangelista. So they win their trophy. Everything's good. Everything's great. So they hugging. It's moments, they're hugging. It's fabulous. So they hugging. They're having moments. It's great, right? So then we see Elektra is there. There's somebody there to give a special award. So Elektra is there. She gives a special award. Basically bestows legendary status onto Blanca, her daughter. And if I didn't love Pose for anything else, the fact that the word daughter has been added to my vocabulary, it's amazing to me. I'm almost sad I'm having a boy. So my daughter, my baby girl. She gives Blanca this award. It's beautiful because Blanca do be giving uplifting speeches. Like that bitch be writing them down in a book. Like, what's wrong with you? You need a speech? Hold up. Look at where you started. Okay, look at where you are now. Like she literally writes the damn speeches out. Okay, so Mama deserved this award. She's a legend now. Everybody comes out. Lulu, all the girls come out. Blanca, Angel, Lulu, Pop, everybody there. It's a big celebrate. Honey, it's a celebrate. Okay, it's a celebrate, baby. So they having a good time, and right when you think it's about to go off, then we see the new girl comes in, and they looking at her, and they're like, okay, Blanca's like, okay, we got to get you together, girl. We're gonna get your outfit. We're gonna get you this. We're gonna that. She like, what the fuck? Like, what you know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing all that for? And she says, because you're about to walk your first ball. And although I don't necessarily agree with putting people on the spot, sometimes you have to. You know what I'm saying? And this person desperately need like a boost of self-esteem. And we know that going to the ball and having the people be like, yes, with your face, it's gonna pump you up. It's gonna make you feel better about the situation and help you find some community. Because you out there hoeing, girl. You ain't got to be out in these streets selling your body, girl. You ain't gotta do it. It's 1998. After everything is over for the night, we see that Blanca's walking outside and there's a crew that's outside and they real salty. Okay, the house of we can't win no trophies. And so they like, oh, Miss Legendary Blanca. I mean, how do you win a trophy? Like we practice hard and we coming out here, we losing. I want to be like, y'all need some better outfits. Number one, y'all need to be boosting some outfits because you look tacky as fuck, girl. You look like it's 1988 and not 1998. That's probably your first issue. But Blanca sees Pray Tell, and Pray Tell is saying the same thing. She's saying the same thing that Pray Tell said when he saw them, on the street because their ass kept losing. He gives them words of encouragement that I did not write down. And, as Pray Tell's ghost is watching her and he turns around and walks away, honey. And she turns around and she walks on down the street. And that was the end of Miss Blanca and the end of this whole series. Scene. Like I said, overall, I, thought it was a good episode. I thought they tied everything up nicely. The sentimental parts didn't bother me that much this episode because I knew it was the last episode, and so they had to wrap things up. I still wish that they had about 10 episodes. They needed 10 more. They needed one to make Damon make sense why he left, and we needed one to kind of slow down all these jumps between the years. Okay, I felt like it was a lot of jumps throughout the years, which was just a lot for me. I want to hear what you guys thought about this episode. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. Oh, y'all want to see my belly? It's big now. Y'all remember when it was little? Those who follow me on Instagram, you know this. I don't know. I ain't going to be able to get so y'all can see it. But, let me see. Get on my tippy toes. Ooh, ow. Why do that hurt? I swear, y'all, when you be pregnant, everything just be hurt for no damn reason. Y'all can't see that shit. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. And I will holler at you for the next show. Peace.